date night fragrances. Date night fragrances can vary quite a lot, depending on whether you're having a nice daytime cafe sort of date or a formal evening sort of date or anniversary or whatever. So you kind of have to think about what kind of fragrance are you going to wear. And I have some pretty good solutions. Starting with, actually I'll bring up two at the same time. The one by Dolce & Gabbana, and then Amouage Jubilation 25. So I bring up these two at the same time because they have some similarities. Specifically, they are both powerful, strong, long-lasting feminine fragrances. So the one is a floral oriental, and this is more of a woody, musky sort of fragrance. I like both of these personally. I think they're both really great. This has some gourmand notes, so sweet notes, especially fruity notes, and that can make it a little bit more playful because those fruity notes counteract the kind of warmer, more grounding notes that it also has. And it's also, those fruity notes are also very, very feminine, and the fragrance in general, I would say it leans more towards an evening sort of fragrance, but it could also be used during the daytime. So pretty versatile. Now, the Jubilation 25, this one, this is, I want to say this has kind of more of an old school classic vibe because it reminds me a little bit of some of the older fragrances from the Jean Patou brand, like Joy or 1000. It has some very powerful kind of dry, serious wood notes and some musk. So this is definitely more musky than what a lot of women might be used to. Not to say that it's too heavy, because it isn't. It's nicely balanced, but I would say this is more for a formal, more like a nice dinner date sort of thing. More of a classy restaurant. So this is also a very luxurious fragrance, so I mean, definitely reserve it for the special occasions. Now, if you want something for a very casual daytime date, you know, you're going for a walk in the park, you're going to the cafe, you know, something very casual, La Vie est Belle by Lancôme is perfect because this is, I stand by the fact that this is probably the perfect daytime fragrance in general for women because it's super feminine, very sweet, light, playful, bubbly, fruity notes counteracted with some praline notes, some of this, you know, sugary dessert sort of vibes. And it's very, very long lasting. As soon as if you put this on in the morning, it's gonna last you until the evening. You don't need to worry about it. It's very pleasant. It becomes a little bit powdery, not too powdery the longer you wear it, but mainly it's some very, very powerful sugary fragrance, very feminine. Then, if you want something more sophisticated, more maybe even classic, then you could go for Chanel No. 5. This, of course, is the #1 fragrance in the perfume industry, so you can't really go wrong with it. This is more of a, again, more of a formal dinner date sort of thing. A little bit more serious, more kind of collected, very delicious notes of civet counteracted by floral notes and some sandalwood and amber and musk. Definitely more on the musky side, similar to the Amouage Jubilation 25. So if you're not a big fan of musk or you don't want to have a musky vibe, then maybe don't get this because especially the civet note is very powerful. But if you do want to have more of a serious, put together, elegant vibe, then of course Chanel No. 5 is perfect. Then, if you want to have more of an intense, playful, sultry vibe, you can opt for Black Opium Yves Saint Laurent. Now, this is very popular in nightclubs, especially, and going to parties, but you could also use this for, again, more of a playful sort of a date sort of thing. And it's very unique because it has coffee notes, and you won't really come across many fragrances that have coffee in them. And it's also a very sweet fragrance, so that makes it even more feminine, and it's also a very strong fragrance. I wouldn't recommend putting too much on because I could imagine that it could get a little bit too sickly sweet if you're not careful. But other than that, it's a very good fragrance. It also has some orange blossom thrown in there and some patchouli, so, you know, definitely a unique fragrance and a high quality one at that. So that's pretty much all I have to say about date night fragrances for women. If you have any opinions about these fragrances, you can leave those down in the comment section below. If you like the video, leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I make videos throughout the week, so stick around for those.